Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Friday. Well, today as you can see we are going to be working on my Egyptian cotton 14 count peacock that I got from NewCraftDay last year sometime, and we're working right in this flower right up in here. So yeah, beautiful colors. The color number is 893. Let me pull you down so that you can see what is going on. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing great. Yeah, well, yesterday was a little different. Oh my goodness, where to begin? Yeah. So my daughter called me, and my granddaughter finally got out of school, so today was her first day of freedom, so to speak. And my daughter smashed her own finger, not my granddaughter's, in the car door. Well, she did that the night before, so she was just telling me yesterday. And yeah, I asked her if she wanted to go to the clinic. She said no, so she was going to put ice and heat on it and all that and see how it went. But yeah, so I had some errands I had to run. I had to go to the grocery store actually to get the stuff to make the tacos. So yeah, that just sounded really good. So I went and did all that, and then I went down to the truck stop and picked up pizzas, the little individual pizzas, making sure I was doing it right, and for them, because they didn't have any others other than what they actually wanted. So I had chicken, and I took that over to her house, and we just sat around and watched Moana 2 and ate our pizza and drank our pop, and yeah. So I left it with, if you need anything, you know my number. So I said, do call me. So yeah. So I didn't hear a peep out of her the rest of the day. So I went home, and the thread's kind of curling. I thought, you know, it was kind of semi-cloudy, like the sun would come out, and the next thing I know, it'd be all cloudy, gloomy, you know, looking. I thought, it's not real hot, so I could go sit on the porch. So I get everything out there. Get sat down, get my headphones on, get my music jamming, and I look up, and yeah, it looked like it was just going to pour any minute. Now, I was only out there probably a sum total of 15 minutes tops after I got all my stuff out. You know, it was like a small child. You know, your mother says, don't go out because it's going to rain. Yeah. So I drag it all out in the yard, and then I don't want to have to bring it all back in, but I did. So it took it a while, but it finally eventually rained, and the wind blew, and blew against the house, and oh yeah, I'm like, well, I'm glad I came in, because my hairpins would have been totally ruined if I had been out there any longer. So yeah. So sitting out was not an option. But I did sit in my chair. I was just being defiant at that point. I was like mad I couldn't sit outside when it was not hot and there wasn't a whole bunch of sun in your eyes while you're trying to stitch. Yeah, no. So I sat in my rocking chair for almost 2.5 hours. Stitched on the hairpins, just kind of, call it getting rid of the threads that were already attached. and then putting some extra stuff into that. Then I stitched on, oh God, what is it? The peonies that I just got. I really like that. So I put a few more threads into it. Oh, yeah. Then I tried to take a nap. That didn't work, so I ended up about 5 o'clock fixing my taco stuff, and by then I was just a little tired, and I laid down. I probably laid in there for a good half an hour before I ever fell asleep. So, yeah. Got up and stitched on that the peonies for a little bit longer. I started to put that background in because I finished like the top of one of those peonies, just one little section, and I wanted to see what the background color was going to look like. Well, it didn't make much difference. That was kind of a poor choice on their part of colors because it all just kind of blended in. But I do believe that you have to, what do you call it, back stitch around the flower, so that might draw it out a little bit more. So we'll just wait and see. So yeah, that was my whole consumption, my whole day. I did watch some Netflix, some YouTube. Couldn't see what was going on here. I thought I had a half symbol there for some reason. Oh yeah, I was all over the hairpins yesterday. I'd work on the sleeve, and then I'd work on the bottom of her dress, and then I worked on those stupid leaves again. I'm trying to get away from the leaves because I've done just about a lot of that. So yeah. Okay, what is going on here? There we go. Where are we? Have to figure out which direction I'm supposed to be going. And I was out and about, and I forgot to go to the dollar store. Was going to go to the Restore, and I changed my mind. I don't want to go there and find some piece of furniture that I can't live without. So I didn't go, but I should have gone to the dollar store because I need to get some E6000 because I have maybe 4 or 5, maybe not even that many, of these. Well, that's a poor excuse, or poor example. Magnet things that I use for needle minders that the glue has come undone. So I have all of those like in a little container thing, waiting to be glued back together. And of course today, since I'm stitching on a Peacock, I couldn't find my stupid Peacock to save my butt, so I have no idea where it got off to. It's not on this, so not sure. But we're gonna finish this area here? Really? Wow, isn't that cool? Yeah, this is such a beautiful thing. Just gorgeous threads. There's 84 colors in this. Yeah, it is stupendous. I didn't want to work on the Peacock today. It was too far out, so I thought, well, I'll just work on this red symbol. It's easy enough to see. Let me put my needle down before I stab myself. So I got out my teddy bear today. Yeah, she's so cute. Thank you for whoever sent that. Just absolutely love them to pieces. So I'm not sure what I'll be working on today. I say that, and I always end up working on the hairpins. But I did some relaxing parts. I mean, they were a little bit bigger. I got out 2 full 6 strands of thread. Oh, sure, put it in here. What? There we go. So, yeah. So that was going pretty good. Then I needed to get out of that chair. I thought I might never get out of that chair, and calling my daughter was not an option. So, yeah. But yeah, maybe I'll stitch on this for a bit. I came real close to getting out Mediterranean, but I like Colorful Town, Mediterranean, and this one. They're all 14 counts. But Colorful Town and this one are Egyptian cotton. And the Egyptian cotton's been doing just fine for me, so I got no complaints on it. And I put quite a bit of work in this. Kind of like to get that Peacock started. And his face and stuff, so maybe I'll kind of focus there today. Not right this second, but you know. But other than that, that's about all I have been up to. No grand plans for the weekend. My grandson, he did go on his field trip yesterday. It was the last day of school. And this, call it a kind of an adventure place. I mean, they have wall climbing and sporty things, you know, to do there. And then they have pizza, of course, you know. Pizza, drinks, that kind of thing. I've never even heard of it. I think the name of it is called Boondocks. But I don't get to Denver much. I haven't been to Denver probably in, gosh, since 2019. Yeah. Nope. But, yeah, I don't venture off to Denver too often at all. And I don't want to drive in all that traffic. I like it just fine right here. Sometimes the stuff in town's almost as bad. But at least I know I'm going to get home in 10 minutes, not 3 hours. So, it's fine. Well, we're filling some holes here. I don't know why I did that. But it is looking beautiful. All the different shades of peach and reds, and the peacock is just phenomenal. So that's why I can hardly wait. It's got lots of, let me show you, teals and greens, and I don't know if that's red or orange, so you can take that with kind of a grain of salt. But yeah, isn't it beautiful? Ugh. Background is a little nonchalant, so that it's kind of a break for the eye, if you will. Because sometimes it gets to be a bit much. But I do like stitching on these peonies and roses, and that's another one I passed up. The one with, it was a 3-parter. Whoops, where am I going? You crazy girl. A 3-part one with roses. I don't remember where I passed it up, see. There was 3 pictures, and they're like 30 by 40, each one of them. Yeah, that's a joy to stitch on, too. I mean, I'm not saying that sarcastically. It really is. It's an 11 count. So it just goes like butter. Trying to figure out how to get to where I needed to be. Oh my goodness. And then we'll have to get back up there and get on track. But it's kind of nice to see that all filled in. Let me see if I can, oh no, that ain't gonna work. Hold please. Where's my scissors? So yeah, hopefully today I can get out there. Yesterday was so not the day. So not the day. And I thought it'd be nice. So that's fine. We'll try it again. But it was better sitting in my chair. And I couldn't believe I'd sat there for 2.5 hours. It was like, holy cow. I just kept stitching and listening to music and moving on. So, not that you could see a whole bunch of progress, you know, because it's so big. And like I said, I was kind of here, there, and everywhere. So, it's not like I finished one whole section. Yeah, no, that won't happen. I somehow don't stitch that way for some reason. Not real sure why. And before I forget, if anybody has anything they'd like to share, any projects they're working on, does not have to be just cross stitch. It can be whatever craft you're into. You can send a picture to my email address, and it's in the description box below. And it can be finished. It can be something you're working on right now. So send me pictures and I will get it into the next Stitch With Me as soon as I possibly can. Alright, I think that's about, I don't, maybe. The thread always goes a little further than I expect, but if I can't turn that needle, we're messed up. Okay, let me just anchor that needle, and then I can turn it around and bring you down. There we go. Let me get my teddy bear out of there. Let's see, we completed all of that, so I just got that little bit more of red to do, but isn't that beautiful? I have to do the bottom part of that flower. I think there's 1, 2, 3 more symbols, possibly 4, right in this part of that, but all that part is done except for that background that's coming right into that. Alright guys, well thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.